Hello everyone, this is Yoshi542 and this is a video of me playing on Object 704 on the map Fiery Salient, which will be us spawning on the north, and I'll just get started with the gameplay.
Let's get this show on the road.
So the start of this is basically going to be very slow paced actually. It's going to be a lot of camping. Well, let's just say 90% of this game is me camping with the Object 704. So I'm going to speed this up for a bit, make it go by a little quicker, until we get into the more interesting parts of this commentary slash replay. I'll slow it down to at least 1x now. So I fired at that IS-3 and I hit the tracks, which unfortunately did no damage, but it did immobilize him while my teammates were able to hit him and damage him. I finished him off, taking off the last 126 health out of him, and that'll be our first kill. As you know, due to the title listed in this video, it's a Radley Walters, meaning I get at least 8 or 9 kills in this game. Now, for the overall tiers in the tank itself, this is pretty standard. You're a tier 9 tank, so you're going to see tier 9s and tier 8s almost each time. Rare occasions you'll see only tier 9s and tier 10s, but it is mainly, a tier 9. It would have been nice if I got the Radley Walters in a tier 10 game with this tank. That would have been a bit more, I guess, I wouldn't say interesting, but more showing off how good I could play this tank. But the truth is, I don't play this tank great. I play this tank competently, especially since I have more or less max camouflage on all my crew. I got camouflage paint, and I have a camo net, as you can see. And I'm going to speed this up a little bit. And the overall spread for how many people are on each side of the map in our team is pretty even. Fair amount of guys on a medium, a few of us, about 3 of us total, on this back corner. I do hit a WZ-120. And we also have some guys on the hill. Although we have a T-43 in the city next to the rails, or I guess the little village, as well as a Chi-Ri on the island on the top left corner of the map. So far, nothing else has been happening. Let's speed this up again. And the opposing team finally got their first kill, killing our IS-3. But there's still really nothing going on, because it's a very slow camping game that I have right now. I basically hide behind this bush since I do have max camouflage rating, and I keep myself safe. It'll be hard for them to spot me unless they get really close, even if I am kind of rotating here and there. I tried to go for a shot in that 120, but there's an odd camera bug right there. I go for the shot in 120, but it doesn't hit him. It missed. I want to see if I can get another shot in, but he backs out of the way. Hopefully Bob's back in and I get another opportunity, but now I see a Panzer. So there's a Panzer. I take a shot, a blind shot, since he faded out of view before I could fire. And I have no way of knowing if I damaged him or not. The 120 is still there. He still has a good amount of health, a little bit more than half, so even if I did hit him, I wouldn't be able to kill him unless I get an extremely high roll. And this I-6, I don't know what he was thinking, but he was basically suiciding. And he dies, obviously. There's the 120, he's coming back up. Will I take another shot? I do, and I got lucky. The shot went just far enough down to hit the back of his, the rear of his, his tank. Though I didn't do enough damage because he has one health left out of a 1620, I believe. He's barely alive, but he's still mobile. Now, as you noticed in the minimap, the people we had at the eastern side have basically collapsed and died. The opposing team has dominance on that side of the map, and they're going to be heading over to where we are near our spawn around A6, where that Lorraine 40T is. Luckily for us, that Lorraine 40T is a competent player, and he was able to stop their AMX 5100 from doing any more damage. I get spotted since Sixth Sense finally lights up. So something nearby sees me, but I haven't seen them. I'm gonna back up a little bit while still sort of hiding behind this bush. Though I have no idea where the opposing team is right now. I know they're on the 6 and 7 line. I take a shot from a Panther, a blind shot, another blind shot, and I take my own blind shot. And somehow I was able to kill him, since I took a hunch that he probably didn't move, or he hardly moved when I first shot him. And I guess the first shot I did fire earlier on must have damaged him, and this one finished him off, since he has probably less than 1500 health. There's a T-34-1, and I'm gonna back off because I don't want to get it too exposed, especially when I'm gonna start rotating and hoping to defend the incoming enemy tanks heading to our cap. Right now we're down 6-9, and it's not looking good whatsoever. It's not looking good at all. There's a T-29. I aim down. I help finish him off as me and the SU-12244 basically damaged him, and I got the finishing kill. I'm gonna keep moving around. I'm gonna try to head back closer to the corner that we have. There's an I-6. SU-12244 finishes him off. And that T-34-1 is still at around F1, trying to spot us. So I back up, I turn this way in hopes of trying to catch him. There he is. This was a badly aimed shot. That wasn't auto aim, that was just regular aim, and I hit directly on the gun mallet, but even the regular AP rounds on this thing will bounce. So that was a unlucky aim. I waited out, and he hasn't moved. He's still steady there. I finished him off with an APCR to his turret, but not at the gun mallet this time. So he dies. And now I already have 4 kills. There's a VK3002D, and the artillery, which is going to start bothering me later. The opposing team's artillery, the Batchat, 155-55, kills our Young Tiger 88. The VK sits still, I take a shot, and I damage him quite well. He's still alive though, as the SU must have missed or bounced, but WZ-120 finishes off the SU-12244. So I have to wait to try. Well, actually, instead of waiting, I decide, uh-oh, I better push. I can't let him cap, but it's only me and an artillery now, and we're outnumbered. It's basically 2 versus 6. Not a good look. I'm pushing forward here because I know I have a decent enough camo rating, and I'm still full health, so the worst they could do is probably hit my side, and I can still at least kill that thing if I spot it. And I should. Which I do. There's that 1 health WZ-120 that I left barely alive. I do get spotted. T-32 tries to shoot. Seems to... well, actually, you know what? Let's see where he shot me. Oh, just below the gun mantlet, which is extremely good armor, so... There's Artie, and he's gonna start attacking me quite heavily since I'm the only spotted tank. Our artillery is still hidden in the corner at A1. And I'm gonna push forward here because I think my armor can take whatever they're throwing at me if I'm lucky. The WZ-120 doesn't even notice me until it's too late. Now I move slightly forward, angling a bit, hoping my gun mallet will absorb whatever he's gonna throw at me. But it takes a little bit of aim, and he shoots me, but the artillery finishes him off, and their artillery damages me for 473 this time. So it's getting a little bit closer. Now there's 3 remaining tanks, and if you look at the main map, you'll notice that M103 has been there when it was first spotted by our scout tank, I think. Well, yeah, it might have been our scout tank earlier on in this game. He's probably an AFK since XVM shows him as a red. And here, I believe his WN8 is 148. I try not to talk about XVM and WN8 in these casts, but that guy's probably a bot. So it's actually 2v2. Me and the Crusader SP versus their BC 155-55 versus a Yog Tiger 88. There's a Yog Tiger 88. We spot each other, but I have to rotate, and I am killing time here and leave myself exposed. The Batchat hits me again, this time for 372, and I can die in 1 shot from the Batchat. The Yog Tiger's gonna have a harder time. So I'm gonna move, but I want to move in an unpredictable pattern after I shoot that guy. Both me and artillery both hit the Yog Tiger 88, and he's down to less than 180 health at this point. But I'm gonna move in a different area, hopefully not to get spotted, and then maybe I could flank him. That way it won't be so obvious I'm blindly charging him and then the artillery would predict a shot. Instead, he kinda knows where I'm going and he shoots at me, but he only takes out my tracks. Since my crew does have repairs, not maxed out, but decent progress, I was able to repair it quicker than normal without actually wasting a repair kit. And I'm pushing forward here. And there it is. I see that guy's side and I finish him off. Now I'm spotted again, but I want to see if I can move to a different location without getting hit by artillery. Originally I was thinking to go in that crater first, but I just went straight forward, which was dumb. Luckily for me, he missed that shot completely. And I am going to head down here to find that 103, and there he is. Spotted, but I'm not going to take the shot yet because I don't know where the artillery is. I don't want to expose myself any more than I have to. My sixth sense has not popped off, meaning that AFK 103 hasn't necessarily spotted me. I'm still moving, and I'm going to go to that corner where I'm looking at right now, but I suddenly noticed as I turned, there he is. I'm going to let my circle close and finish him off. The threat to my hit points is gone. And we're going to finish off that final AFK tank, the 103, and get my Radley Walters 9 kill. I actually use APCR this entire time, which is dumb, but it's to be safe. And there he goes, he's dead. Game over and GG. So I did more than 5.1k damage and 9 kills in this game, basically carrying the team on my back at the end as our defense at the hill on the east side was not strong enough. They slowly but surely trickled in, and I was able to use my camouflage, among other things, and a little bit of luck, to basically take down their tanks one by one. It was not exactly the strongest or most difficult team I had to face, but it was still very challenging nonetheless, because it was basically 2 versus 6 for a while. Okay, so here we are. And as you notice, we got a lot of stuff from this win. We got the Ace Mastery, Reaper, Fire for Effect, Expert France, since I believe, yes, the last tank I had to kill was that Batchat 155-55 Tier 9 French Artillery. The Master Gunner, Bruiser, the Radley Walter, since I killed 9 vehicles. High Caliber, pretty obvious. Top Gun, also pretty obvious. And Tank Sniper, pretty obvious, since I was basically sitting in the back corner for most of the game, sniping off tanks coming into my view range. You can see the list of tanks that I damaged here. And yes, I actually did kill the Panther. It wasn't full damage. I didn't take out all his health, but I did take out a significant amount out with 902 health. And I killed him, obviously. And the amount of damage I did, since this was during the WZ111 event, Russia, that I had to unlock, I did nearly 6.1k damage, 6,072. And my XP, as you will see here, if I didn't have premium, I still earned 1,354. With premium, I made 2k, and if this was my first win of the day, sadly it was not, I would have gotten 4k experience from this game. So this was a very good game, although I have to say that our team's heavies did not do well, except the T-34. He did okay. But that I-6 was suicidal, the IS-3, he was the first tank in our team to die. Our 103 IS and Tiger 2 did basically nothing. But in the end, I basically had to go carry the entire team. I'll give props for the artillery on the opposing team, as he almost killed me, basically. He did a lot of damage, 3.2k damage almost, as he just kept shooting at me because he has something to spot me with, which is, I guess, more or less that Jagd Tiger, as well as the T-32 and the WZ-120. I spent a fair amount of APCR in this game, and even though I did, I still made a decent profit, seeing as I did so much damage and I got 9 kills. I think I only had about 2 to 3 APCR left. So basically, during the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 shots that I fired at the game, I definitely used APCR. Anyway, so that ends that replay in this gameplay commentary for the Object 704. I'm probably gonna have to do a tank review or overview video on this sometime, because I do have some good replays on it. Not easy to play it, but it's still a pretty solid tank and a good upgrade over the tier 8 version, which is the ISC 152. So this is Yoshi542. Thanks for watching, and if you did enjoy this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and all that.